Good morning. Happy Monday to you. You may be wondering, wait a second, it's not Lent. He was doing these for Lent. What's going on? I'll be honest. Had we not been in the situation we were in, I was fully intending that once Easter came, that would be wrapping up the time of daily devotionals. I've really loved doing them, though, and a lot of you, by a lot, let me be a little more accurate, a handful of you have asked if I would keep doing them when it ended, and said that it really meant a lot to you. And it's meant something to me too, like in the midst of everything in our COVID-19 world. And so I'm continuing the daily devotionals. And so I hope that that's something that you are pleased with as well. And we'll keep this going for the time being and see kind of what God's doing in the midst of it all. But for me, at least, it's been really good to have this to ground me, to help me to be able to make sure that I'm also staying in the Word, and then I'm sharing a lot of these things with you. So that's what's happening today. Today is the first in a new series of video daily devotionals. So welcome. My name is Evan Smith, the pastor at Second Presbyterian Church here in downtown Stanton, and I'm glad you've joined us today. Today we're going to be looking at a lesson from the book of Colossians, the 3rd chapter, verses 5 to 11. And Paul, who wrote Colossians, says this: "Put to death, therefore, whatever in you is earthly, fornication, impurity, passion, evil desire, and greed," which is idolatry. "On account of these, the wrath of God is coming on those who are disobedient. These are the ways you also once followed when you were living that life. But now you must get rid of all such things: anger, wrath, malice, slander, and abusive language from your mouth. Do not lie to one another, seeing that you have stripped off the old self with its practices, and have clothed yourself with the new self, which is being renewed in knowledge according to the image of its creator. In that renewal, there is no longer Greek and Jew, circumcised and uncircumcised, barbarian, Scythian, slave and free, but Christ is all and in all." You know, the funny thing about Lent, the season we were just in, is, you may have given up something for Lent. You may have added in a new discipline the way that I had added in doing these video daily devotionals. And all that's great. But what if, come Easter, suddenly we're like, oh, that's over. I can go back to normal now. And whatever was this good thing we added in, we just stopped doing it, right? Or the bad thing that we had taken away, we're like, oh, thank goodness I can have that again. And it almost makes me wonder about, like, is Lent, if it's practiced that way, a good thing? To be able to go back to the old habits and the old ways instead of really allowing something new to be born within us. I think this passage from Colossians kind of speaks to that idea. We're to put aside all these old things. And Paul talks about these sins like garments. He talks about getting rid of those garments and putting on the new clothing of Christ. And that's what we're doing in what's now the season of Easter. We are putting on the garments of Christ to be more like Jesus. And so I want to encourage you, if you were really giving Lent as a time for spiritual preparation and things, don't stop. Keep on going, because there's a lot to still be gained as we are putting on the new garment of Christ, growing in love and compassion and abstaining from all of the sins that we know that God is calling us to avoid. And that is your word for today. I hope you like this. If you did, please click the like button, maybe even share it on your own page. Thanks a lot. Have a great day, and goodbye.